what we've done is we've just kind of interviewed the Germans where we already have a presence in, and also some Americans, and then see how would they feel about the same question that we have. And the basic differences, these are some of the basic differences that we found out. When it comes to Germany, people who do or the backstab who actually exchange stuff, they so interesting. We did it. We interviewed people.
How many?
We were like 5, 6. Our school is actually a mix of people from 70 countries. So I have a few German friends and all of them have German friends. So we spoke to people. Then this is something that we thought about Germany and US. We have everyone over there. All of our professors are from the US and we have students from the US. We actually also wanted a representative sample. We don't want to just go to students and talk to them and get information. We wanted a representative sample because this website is not just for students, it's for everyone, like working professionals, even. So we actually went ahead and spoke to our professors and even staff at our school and even our dean and associate dean. So this is not something that we figured out. People don't mind staging stuff in the US. People say, yeah, I'm ready to stage stuff, and even they're ready to sell off their new stuff. But one thing, putting it in one statement, one basic difference that you would find in the US is people would value money more than they use time. If they would really want to sell off their item, then...
Do you mean that they would sell off an item for a very low price or just give cash?
Yes, they would prefer that a lot. They would prefer that as their first option. If they could not get it done, then they would surely think about solving it. Yeah, but even then, people would prefer money than swapping it. They do. When we interview people, we give them a background about what Cycler does and what the competition does that you might be facing in here, like other websites that we have in the US. Then we introduce the concept a little, and then we ask what would they actually like to do in such a case. It's not that everyone would not do it. It's still a very new concept. Swapping is a very new concept. And I'll actually give you one of the statements our dean said. He said, this business really has a potential to be a next to eBay, the second eBay in the US, or, I'm sorry to say again, or the biggest flop. Because the only way it can happen is how we put it across the US. If we put it across the right way, if we market it in the right way, and we target the right audience, then it has the potential to be the next eBay. Yeah, we're all here. It's a risky thing. Yeah.
It's a risky, like, as an American, throughout this, a lot of it was going out in school, and they asked for my feedback a lot. I think, like, the upfront idea, like, as an American, like, if you haven't used a swap site or you're not familiar with the idea, clearly anyone, if they're given the option, okay, can I give you this item and you give me cash, or can I give you this item and you give me something else? For some reason in our minds, the cash is more valuable, even if that won't pay for another item that we want. That's the upfront first thing. But once people are introduced to the idea, and we do have later on in our recommendations, when I talk more about that, different ways that can be, that I believe if you guys could integrate it into the site, different payment options and different swapping options, that it would be accepted much more. And it's just more about, like, I don't know how much work it would take from you all to implement these ideas, but if they could be, then they would be welcomed a lot more, at least by, like, my age.
What do you think? I think that's a really valid point that in the US value money more, but does it work the other way around? Because that would mean that it's difficult to get people to post items there that they will give away. But what about the other way around? Instead of paying for something, would it be very important for US citizens to get something for free? Because that's what it's all about.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think like the upfront idea, if you're told, hey, you can either swap this or you can get money, the upfront idea, everyone's immediately, I want money. But I think once people see the value in that, it takes, it would take a foot in the door. You have to get, like, I think that certain people would have an issue or a hesitance against simply posting a picture and saying, all I'm going to get from this is whatever someone offers me. And we don't have to follow what we put up, but we can go and jump right in. One of my main recommendations that I saw is I would definitely use this site if, say, I want to post, like, my laptop. I want to get rid of my laptop. Someone else has, like, a desktop computer I want, but I feel like my laptop's more valuable. I'll offer my laptop and take payment, or vice versa. If I feel like what they have is more valuable, I'll offer my product along with a supplemental amount. So that way you can trade things that aren't of equal value by easily implementing. Like if I offer something to that person, they can say, well, I don't feel like that's that valuable, but maybe give me that plus $20. Or no, I think the biggest thing is getting people to connect on the value they place on an object, and if you can integrate multiple payment options or just diverse options for swapping in general, like I think it's great that you guys have where you can swap between other people, which that solves part of the problem, because if I want something he has and he wants something you have, like you guys have figured that out, that you do like the multiple person swaps, but if you're still trying to work between people, like something else needs to be implemented. So payment, I thought, was like the easiest thing to say. Like, you can tell the difference if it's $200 difference. Most people would be willing to say, okay, yes, I agree that that object is that much worth that much more, so I'm willing to pay you for that. And that would open up a lot more people to the idea of swapping, I believe.